What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 21 of So Much Hype. I'm your host, 8-Bit Matt, and we've got a special guest here. My brother's in town, Mike Dean.
Hey, what's up?
And of course, you've got good old Nemer.
Hey guys, so we have two Yancey's in the house. Shouldn't it be like
Yeah.
there should only be a one Yancey limit here?
No. Maximum Yancey's. The more Yancey's, the more awesome there is. It's true. Sorry. So, in fact, we should pull more of the family in, and the show will become really popular quick.
I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid of what's going to happen today.
You're afraid of the Yancey Bros?
It sounds like the Hammer Bros.
Exactly. We'd be throwing hammers. Well,
Can you throw Yancey's?
I don't know if we have enough supply of Yancey's to just throw around.
Limited supply.
Limited supply. We don't want to waste those. But guys, let's talk about it. What have you been playing this week? I have some interesting new ones for you. But Mike, what have you been playing?
Been playing some Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little Smash Brothers with the real brother.
Oh yep.
And
that's true.
I'm proud to say that I Falco punched you off the map for victory.
Yes!
So
He did beat me. He beat me, and he did it with a Falcon Punch, and I felt shameful.
it's rare that I win, and when I do, it feels so great, and especially when it ends with a Falco punch.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good punch.
I actually Falco punched you, and then we got some Falco lunch.
Yeah, we did get some Falcon lunch. But by the way, I need to get you that shirt. Have you seen that shirt, Nemer? The Falcon lunch. It's a fat Captain Falcon, and he's holding up a Subway like a sub sandwich. Like it's gold. It's Falcon lunch.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah. Anything else? Anything else besides Smash Bros? Any iPhone games or any?
Wait, I have some questions about Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, go for it.
All right, so is Captain Falcon your dude, or is that just who you were playing, or who's your go-to?
Yeah.
And then I'll hold it. I'll hold that.
I was, yeah, sorry, I'm still getting used to the whole, how this all works out. We're recording, but I've got two go-tos. I've got, of course, Captain Falco, and then I've got Pikachu. So if either of those two are my go-tos,
Pikachu is my go-to in life, so I can relate. Do you troll people by just jumping around and doing, was that down B?
yes,
The Thunder.
Yes.
Or he'll do the down A smash where he does the little lightning tornado twirl.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And then if he's feeling extra feisty, he'll post up on the corner and just Pikachu's lightning bolts that hop across the map.
You know what, Mike? I think we're brothers from another mother. This is how I play Pikachu too.
Yep.
God, I
Like-
can't handle any of that.
And my other question is, are you guys playing which version?
The newest, the Wii. We played the Wii U version.
Okay.
Yep. But for me, so who else do you play? You got Pikachu. Who else you got, Nemer?
I got Pikachu. Metroid chick, but just her as the Metroid, not the Zero suit.
Oh, okay. Traditional
So I
Samus.
really like Samus, and just in the regular Metroid suit. I love going into the her little like ball mode and then dropping bombs on people.
Dropping bombs.
And then, of course, just the idea of you've got so many projectiles that you can use at her disposal. It's and that charge move. I love that too.
Boom. Yeah. So I don't know. I have quite a few characters that I play. I probably would say my staple characters are probably Dr. Mario and Mr. Game and Watch. But I've been really growing attached to, and I'm glad they brought back Lucas, because I really enjoy Lucas and Ness. But also, I've been digging Ryu from Street Fighter.
Wait, is he paid DLC or is he free?
You gotta buy him, but
Oh, okay.
I mean, I play Smash Bros. Enough that I picked him up. He's really fun, man. Really enjoy him. His skill, his like play style, really fits well into the Smash Bros. It's almost weird to see him in that game, but really enjoy him. And I don't know, man. I try to mix it up every game now because there's other characters that like Duck Hunt Dog really enjoy. Basically, if it's like an old school game, I'm probably pretty good with the character.
Okay, so I got a couple more questions before I leave y'all guys alone about because I have Smash Brothers on the Wii U,
Dude, we could play online.
and I played it for 4 hours. That's it.
What?
Like, what do you do? Like, I can't. There's nothing to do. Is there anything to do like in it? Because I don't have people like who come over and want to play it.
Well, you can play online.
Okay.
So and there's
I could play online.
Yeah.
And I could play against randos, or is it like?
You can do both. You can play against. We could play a game together. You can play against online against other randoms. You can also play with a friend. So like, me and Mike can boot up, say 2-on-2, and play other people online.
Mm-hmm. Now, is the game's community already so strong that I could still get into it, or is it like?
Well,
like
so
the entry level of it is it already so advanced, or is it could you get in pretty easily?
I think you can get in pretty easy because there's a pretty big range of people. Like, I mean, think about it. This is a game for kids too, right? So you're probably playing some kids online, and then you may play some people who are really good. But also, it depends on the game type. You can pick I think it's labeled like for glory or for fun. And so for fun is like all items, dropping pretty often, and then for glory is no items. So I bet you'll find more fun in the items category potentially.
What about if I'm getting beat up by a kid, the last thing I want to hear is like the kid
I don't think you can hear audio.
Screaming at me they were teabagging me or some nonsense. The typical stuff that goes on in like online gaming.
I don't think there is no audio. Like there's no you can't hear them.
Oh, okay.
But I think like you can set up predefined messages so when you taunt it says a message. It's like, "What up, dude?"
Probably, I'm sure that's exactly what they're saying.
Yes, yeah, it's completely clean. Yeah, for sure.
I just imagine them actually like taking the time to draw a teabagging, and then that's their taunt. It's like
probably
pop up of a bubble of like an image of being teabagged.
Oh man, that'd be cruel.
It's like the universal taunt, so it's
it's true.
Became it, but it's so good.
Yeah. I don't know how it became universal, but it definitely is. Well, but yeah, so we could play online together. We can do that.
Okay, that sounds like it'd be cool. I definitely played a lot of the Wii version, and then even like the hacked Wii version that actually sped it up a bit and gave people like more competitive style.
Right. Yeah, that was good. For me, the other thing that I really enjoy and wish that it's not part of the online is, dude, get more than 4 people. Get like 8 people playing Smash Bros. Together, and it is insane.
Okay, that's what I want. I do want to say that, yeah, because that's whenever I went to PAX South last year, and this is the reason why I want to go again. That was the most fun thing that I ever did the whole weekend.
So fun.
Was we got to sit there and play 8-player, and you just pop a squat, sit in a chair, and everybody was like, "Hey, cool, come on up, and we'll all play together." And it was so cool. Like that's what sold me on PAX, and that's why I'm going again this year.
Nice.
It's because of that reason right there.
That's awesome.
You're absolutely right.
So that's the selling point for me. I wish it was online 8-player because then I would be playing it every day. Still. So no other iPhone games, Mike? Back to what you've been playing?
No, that's pretty much the extent.
Okay.
For this week.
Well, I'm glad I could get you some gaming in this week.
Yeah, it was good. I was traveling around,
Do
so I needed
you do a
that.
lot of gaming?
I don't as much as I used to. So I'm trying to jump back in and get a little bit more of it going on because it's I've got a lot of
he says that and I'm like, Destiny. Nah.
Anything. Metal Gear Solid, I think you would enjoy that. Speaking of that, I'm gonna steal it now. I've been playing Metal Gear Solid online, and I have to say it's pretty darn fun. I wasn't expecting it to be that fun, but it's fast paced. Games are quick. There was a couple games where I played someone who like knew what they were doing, and we just got manhandled. But the game mode I've been playing is almost I think it was called Bounty Hunter. So you can kill people. You can just go guns blazing, or you can go non-lethal and you can like take people out, like chokehold them or shoot them with a trank gun. And if you Fulton them out, you return tickets to your team. So like both teams start with 30 tickets. Every death, you lose a ticket. And so, but if you kill a guy who's got 5 kills and Fulton him out, you get all those tickets back. So you get 6 tickets for that guy.
Oh, wow.
So like high value targets, people are more attracted to try and get them. And again, so you're rewarded for that Fultoning people out, like basically like taking them out, which is cool. And granted, so if you get a kill and you Fulton someone out, you reduce your bounty level as well. So there's like, a nice ebb and flow to the game. And because of that, matches rarely end with someone running out of tickets. It usually runs into a time thing because there's a nice balance in the community, at least all the matches I experienced, of people just killing and people Fultoning. So it was pretty fun. I mean, you can customize your guy just like you do in single player and go stealth. Right now I'm running cloak with an air shotgun. I'm just running up and clack, 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 knock them in the face and then Fulton them out. There's other things you can like sneak up behind them, put them in a chokehold, interrogate them, and then that lets your whole team know where the enemy team is. So like, but granted, there's a chance that they can break out of that interrogation hold, and then they can kill you pretty quick.
I watched a really good video of people just basically, they're doing trick shots, and somebody threw a grenade, got a headshot with the grenade throw, stunned the person,
What?
and that's how they Fultoned them. They Fultoned them.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And I'll send you this later, but there was just some really awesome stuff I saw.
So definitely worth playing. I mean, and like I've actually been picking up Metal Gear Solid, just doing more of the campaign. Because for me, still enjoying Destiny. Obviously, hard mode came out this week. I'll be tackling that later this weekend. But for me, Destiny has become. I check Reddit, and if there's something new, that's when I get on and go get the new weapon. And to be honest, I kind of like that better than just playing the game all the time and like hoping for those exotic drops. Where it's like now it's like, ooh, I've got a goal to go towards.
Yes, I agree.
Now, granted, I think some of them aren't as good as others. I think they need to do a little bit of balancing of that. But hey, like I like it. Now there's ways to get towards those weapons that people want. My only problem is the window to get those weapons is very tiny, and if you miss it, you miss out, and that's kind of a bummer. I think it should be like, oh, it's active now, right, or active for a week or a week and a half.
That's exactly how I feel about. Okay, so I feel that exact same way about Iron Banner.
Yeah.
I feel like Iron Banner should be a 2 to 3 week event, not 1 week.
Yeah, I agree.
And it drives me absolutely batty because you have to dedicate so much time.
Yeah, and Iron Banner was a little underwhelming this past week. So, but
and they even owned up to that too.
Yeah, which it's fine. I mean, no big deal there. And then of course, this will segue into yours, Nemer. I've been playing Heroes of the Storm. We got, we both pre-ordered the StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Mike, maybe something you're interested in.
Yeah.
We pre-ordered that, and so because we did that, we got a character in Heroes of the Storm. We got Artanis, the Protoss Zealot like character, and he's fun. But I'll let Nemer. I bet Nemer's played with him a little bit more than I have, so I'll let him take the reins.
I absolutely love him, because he's apparently these are called bruisers. They're basically tank characters that just have the ability to dish out some real damage, and Artanis feels really good even as an assassin style, even though he's supposed to be a tank character, because you can build him he's very versatile. You could build him in at least 3 or 4 ways. With you can either build him as an assassin style, a pusher, or actually just a straight on tank.
Yeah,
and he's got the ability to like dodge in and out of combat. He's really cool. He's the first character that I really want to play multiple styles as.
Oh yeah,
you know,
definitely. I agree. I think what's interesting to me about him is not only does he have multiple styles, but a lot of characters don't have that versatility to like switch, between damage dealing and absorbing damage. But for me, not only does he have that, but he has a very interesting and high skill cap. So like he's got a lot of skill shots, but his skill shots require also like foresight and like an absolute mastery of positioning. Like cannot state that. So like if you're not good at positioning, you always find yourself getting caught in battle. Probably not the hero for you, but if you know about positioning, dude, fun hero.
yeah, because you could do things like you could tower dive with him, with his move, and then safely get back. Like it's
Right.
it's so cool.
Yeah, he basically like one of his moves, Mike, is he like slingshots himself out and then comes back, and he does a little damage going out, but does more damage on his return trip. But it's fast. It's like zoom, zoom.
That's pretty cool.
And so like you can almost fake people out, and even I find myself being faked out. I'm like, oh no, I went too far. It's like, oh, okay, no, I'm good, and then just run.
You're right back where you were.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So he's a really
So-
fun hero.
Yeah.
Can you stun him out of being able to go back?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. You can. Yes, you can stun him.
So you
That's
gotta be
exactly
careful.
right.
Granted, so in your background, me and Mike used to play a lot of Dota together. There's not a whole lot of direct stuns in HOTS.
Thankfully.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think. There may be out of the gates, maybe like 5 stuns I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I would say about that's
Like
that's a
5
good
out of the-
estimate.
out
That's
of
a good estimate.
Yeah.
You know.
Like again, they exist, but like basic abilities, not a whole lot that stun. Now there are some ultimates that do, but here's the thing. Wow, he's still tanky. Like when he's below 50% health, he gets a shield on him, and then as he melees, the cooldown lowers, and he'll get another shield. Mm-hmm. So one of the builds is playing him is kind of a risk reward. You look like you're like a target because you're half health, but then someone comes over to you, you hit him, boop, shield pops on you, and it's a passive trait, so it just happens. So if you build him so you can basically have that shield continuously pop, and it can save your butt. So he's a really interesting hero in that sense, and he's basically a strength character. He's Mike Dean. You're all about the strength carries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's really cool. So I was playing that. I'm close to finishing. I feel like I'm close to finishing Dragon's Quest Heroes.
Nice.
I'm enjoying that, and I play it every now and then. And then, of course, I'm playing Destiny. Maybe once or twice a week, and I'm pretty happy doing it that way.
Yeah, I'm pretty content. Definitely still enjoying it, but just starting to branch into some other games, and that's okay because we got Star Wars Battlefront coming, we got Fallout 4, we got some games coming, man. We gotta prepare.
Yeah.
But, so I gotta share one thing, and it's we gotta document it here because Michael stands by this. His Dota philosophy of the perfect composition of a team. You want to tell him, or you want me?
You can go.
All right,
Take
so
the reins.
it's 3 strength characters. So this is Dota speak. Basically, it's like the warrior support, specialist if you're thinking HOTS. But it's 3 strength characters, 1 agility, 1 intelligence. So the idea is 3 warriors, if you were to translate to HOTS. 3 warriors, 1 assassin, and then you're a support or a specialist. Is what Michael believes is the ideal composition.
It's a perfect recipe.
It's the perfect recipe for ganking.
Is it because in Dota the strength characters usually have more stuns than most other characters?
Yeah, typically.
I think so, but also they typically, so the way their stats grow is when you're strength based, every point of strength gives you more life. So they typically have significantly more life. So the idea is basically you'll get to the point at end game where you just have so much health, even though they do damage, they can't kill you. Right? And the 3 of them are taking, stunning and doing all their abilities, and really taking up the brunt. They're the bruisers, right? And then your strong assassin comes in and just picks everybody off.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's actually, it's funny, Michael, because like that was the meta for up until they just did a recent hot fix or they patched Heroes, because it was the same thing. They noticed that the strength characters at the higher end levels were just, I mean, their stats were so much better. Their health was so much higher,
Right.
and they actually had to go back and kind of reduce it a bit, and basically trying to normalize everyone's stats.
Yep. Yeah. So
Somewhat. But they're still, the strength guys are still on top, but it's not so much of a
it's not
advantage because they were, yeah.
the curve's not as high anymore. Right.
You definitely have something there because that's what they literally just had to fix in HOTS.
So, but yeah, you should be our fifth member. We're gonna do a HOTS league.
Yeah, I'm interested in HOTS because the thing with Dota is the games are so long.
Yeah, right.
I really enjoyed it, but yeah, the games are so long, and you run into the situation where you can tell if you're going to lose pretty early on, but the game's still going to drag out, and so people would quit, and it's not fun really to sit on a game for 30 minutes knowing that you're just about to get crushed. So
That's one of the great things about HOTS. It's quick to get in and out of a game or two, and on top of that, for me, it's easier to digest, right? It's not as complicated.
Mm-hmm.
There's like I said, there's a few specific ways to build characters. You don't have to worry about items. Team levels up. Like again, there are pros and cons in both sense because I miss those things about the complexity of Dota, but it's just it's fire and forget.
Nah, man, HOTS is the superior game by far. I mean, your game. I mean, think about it. You can get in. He's absolutely right. The amount of time, so you can get 2 games out of a HOTS.
Yeah.
Versus one. Plus, they've done so well to counter the snowball mechanic.
They have.
And and what that means. You know what that means, Mike, right?
Oh yeah.
Just talking like if they're winning or they're getting leveled up.
Yeah,
quicker.
there's just no chance, and you're just sitting there like, well, okay, hurry up and roll, hurry up and win. Mm-hmm. No, this one they've done a really good job keeping the game in a way that it's like a pendulum. If you come back together and regroup, you can still win it. It's
Sometimes.
Not so far out of your grasp that you can still win.
We've done that.
And it's phenomenal. And so you're shorter times and you have chances. You're better chances at coming back on a losing game if you can get everybody out of tilt or whatever else they're doing.
Right, exactly. So, we had some pretty good talks, man. Like, let's get to our actual topics this week. Up first, we've got this little experiment I want you guys to try. Now, Nemer kind of introduced me to this thought, and it made me wonder, what if we can get more people to do this? And it's this idea of the nice experiment. Being nice in video games. I know, shocker. But just like what happens if you're just, especially in MOBAs, and that whole genre is notorious for its toxic communities. I mean, even Destiny has it to some point in extent, but I mean, let's talk about it. Like, Nemer, you've done it for a while. What's the notices in the game and like the experience when you're just nicer to people? Like, hey, like, again, it's that mentality of if people are like trash talking you just either ignore them or don't say anything back, or just keep being positive. Or again, if someone messes up, you're being nice about it. Like, hey man, no worries. Like, we'll get them next time.
So the beauty of once again, tooting HOTS horn here, but the beauty of it is you can't talk to the enemy players. So that's one way they totally limit out some of their toxicity. So then all you really have is your own team,
which can be just
and they
toxic.
they could even be more toxic because they're calling you out every 5 seconds or everything else. But the ability, if you go into the game at the very beginning, and just I've seen this. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens a majority of the time. If you go in and you're saying like, "Hey guys, what's up?" Just saying hi, and then if like say a wipe does happen and you do get wiped, just go back and okay, we've still got this. Keeping that positive attitude will keep players involved. there still will be that one guy who just thinks he knows, and he will sit out in a corner and pout. But you can pretty much just ignore him and get everybody else. It takes one other person, really, and once they stand behind it, you'll watch the whole group end up turning over. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even in Destiny, like, that's one of my favorite parts about playing is not just playing the game, but, our little skybox community that we have. People need help. A bunch of people wanted to get the, No Time to Explain, the Stranger's Rifle Exotic, and because it was really coveted, and I helped, God, I don't know, like 12 members of the clan. I ran the same mission 6 times in a row, and 2 groups I actually was joining back and forth to help them find all the ghosts, like all the items that they needed along the mission. Mm-hmm. But again, I they're like, oh man, like they're just grateful that I was able to help them. That way they didn't have to like go to their computers or their smartphones and look it up. I was able to just help them quickly, and then just drop out so they can experience the rest of the fight on their own. But just that kind of culture and community, and just being nice and friendly to people. And again, when you're bringing new people into experiences, they're like not quick to anger at them and just being, hey, no worries, man. Like here, just make sure you keep an eye out for this thing or that thing. It's not only are you going to build like friendships and a strong community, but I think you're just going to overall enjoy gaming experiences, and you're not going to be angry. I think that's one of the things that both Mike and Bay can relate. Just like we've left playing Dota like furious,
right?
Whether it's our teammates being rude and mean and getting us like tilted. It's just it's nice when everything works and everyone's having fun and being friendly. Like even again, you're losing, you still have fun. I love Nemer has this thing that's got me hooked. So if you're down, you're losing, the game's over. The goal is to make sure that no one on the enemy team goes undefeated. So like no one has make sure everyone on the other team has a death. So like we'll throw everything we have at like all right, we're going for that one assassin, and we'll go after
that one
guy,
or that one Tassadar,
and so like
who's
that
just
becomes our
managed
goal.
to survive the whole time.
And so like we'll like communicate with the team and say, all right, our goal is like Mission Impossible. Do you choose to accept? And like you'll just see the whole team rather like I like it, and like that's our goal. Like we know we lost, but we'll just put all these efforts, all these resources just to end, so he doesn't have a 20 kills and 0 deaths. He's at least got 1, like because that's the one that's gonna like. Maybe that's a little bit of a trollish thing to like rain on their parade, but it gives you guys something to rally about, even though like
right,
the
it gives
overall
people
came.
Exactly, because otherwise all they're going to do is just sit there and go, well, we're losing, we don't care. It gives you a reason. Now, the thing that I want to ask you, Yancey, is okay. So remember when I was terrible at Destiny?
Oh yeah,
yeah, you remember this? Why did you still play with me,
dude? Man, because like here's the thing. Part of it is, one, Destiny is this unique experience, right? Especially going into the raid. The sense of wonderment from people when playing, they're like, oh my gosh, like, whoa, I've never done anything like this in a shooter, right? Had the same experience. One, I enjoyed that. 2, if I were to just be like, oh, I'm not playing with you guys, like, you guys are terrible, like, well, that's not very fun. Like, then you're not going to want to play any game with me, because if I've played it before you, you're going to be like, oh, I'm not going to play with Matt. He already knows this game,
Yeah.
I think it goes to the whole thing of, like, I like helping people out. Like, I like building those types of communities. I mean, part of the reason why I started this whole YouTube thing is because sharing my passion for video games with other people who love it. So I think that's kind of where it harps back to.
It's a good mentality. I like it. I really do. Because it's one of those things where it's like, Adrian and I were like, oh man, he's taken time out of it to play with us, and we're just, we are literally at that when we first started, we were just dog terrible. But we had so much fun playing,
right?
Yeah. And it was one of those, I like to think it may have been infectious. The idea that we're having fun, but it was also like, hey, this is cool. We're playing, we're getting just to have fun with our friend.
Absolutely, man, definitely. You're gonna say something, Mike?
Oh yeah, I completely agree with you guys. Especially in the team game, like like Heroes or like Dota. I mean, it's important if you're yelling at each other, you're not going to have any team chemistry, and you're not going to be able to coordinate attacks or coordinate strategy and get anything together. So I think just from a strategy side of things, I mean, you definitely want to make sure you're getting along so you can execute the strategy and play along and be successful. But then also it's more fun if you're friendly with each other. No one wants to play with the D-head that's just talking trash about you the whole time, and you die, and he's like, oh yeah, this guy again. But you're always going to have people like that, especially if you're playing with random folks. There's a lot of those people that come around.
Well, right, and that's kind of the thought though, is like, if everybody who's listening and you guys, like, when you start playing those games, like, just kind of try to negate that in battle. It's like, hey, no worries, guys, like, we'll get the next fight or whatever. And you're just staying positive, because I think in like a lot of like MOBAs and RTSs and those types of things, it's a little easier to do. Like, that's the stepping stone in my mind, because you have a moment you're like, oh, like, even if you're angry at that guy for doing something like he shouldn't have done, you've got a moment to take it in and then type a positive comment. Now, in the other realm of like Call of Duties, Team Fortress 2, like where there's mics, it's a tougher step, it's a tougher sell. But I think with some practice and some dedication to it, you can achieve it there as well. Because like that can almost sometimes be just as toxic, right? People are like, fine, like they'll just either mute you or they'll just like you'll be bickering back and forth. But any online experience, I think we can just elevate the internet and gaming if we can start to make the community of gamers just even more friendly. Like, if we're not playing competitive, everybody's super friendly, but the moment you get competitive, people become monsters.
Because you can hide behind a computer, you tend to just not care anymore.
Yeah.
Who else is behind it?
It definitely like dehumanizes it, right? You're like, oh, I'm not talking about a person, I'm just talking to avatars or whatever it may be. Like, I do think that effect does bleed into this a little bit.
Wow. And I think you could change that. I really do. I've seen it multiple times in my games.
Yeah.
Where we're able to just change the outlook.
Yeah.
May not change the course of the game, and sometimes it has. Like it got us to rally a couple times, and we were able to win.
I've definitely
just
seen it happen.
We were able to regroup it.
I think one thing that you see and you're always going to, especially more casual games like a Call of Duty, for example, if there's mics, you're going to have people playing that they get enjoyment out of getting a rise out of people, and that's part of their primary objective. They're not even as concerned with playing the game and with the team victory. They're more concerned about just playing and angering everyone that's playing, and they find that more fun. So you're always going to have situations like that, unfortunately. But
that's true.
But I agree. I definitely think that a positive attitude is definitely contagious, and that's not only in gaming. That's just life in general, I think. And so if you could take that, I think it's definitely something good to strive for, because especially if you're playing with a few friends and all of you are positive, then one or two or three people playing the game with a positive attitude is definitely, you're more likely to get people on the bandwagon for sure.
Definitely. Well, and that's your reason is exactly why I don't play Call of Duty anymore. That, and it's the same game. Like, a little tangent here, but I have a firm belief that Call of Duty is now just like the FPS of Madden. Like, it's like the sports game of first person shooters. It's just new edition. This year we have sunglasses in the game. Enjoy. Or like, we're actually taking away features this year because we didn't have the budget.
Because we're gonna give them back in next year and call them brand new features.
Yep. I mean, like that, and that's fine. Totally cool. Like, I get it. People love the games. They were fun for me at one point in time. But guys, like I said, everybody's listening. Just try it out. Try it out for an evening, a weekend. Let us know how that goes for you. But let's jump to our second and our last topic of the day, and that's VR gaming. Are you ready for it?
This is virtual reality?
This is virtual reality. Yeah, Oculus Rift, PlayStation VR, or whatever it's called. Are you ready for it, Mike Dean?
Gosh, I don't know. I haven't really experienced it yet, but I think it'd be pretty neat.
Yeah,
I'm concerned about running around my living room accidentally and knocking stuff over. And
that's fair.
But I'm excited to check it out. I think anything that provides a more immersive experience, I'm excited about. I remember looking into some other immersive type things to enhance gaming several years back, and this is definitely much better than what I was looking at back in the day.
Butt kicker.
The butt kicker.
No.
Where you strap it to your computer chair and it adds a little kick when you fire a weapon or something.
I'm not even kidding you. It's like, was it? And it didn't have subwoofers in it.
Well, it gave you
the super gaming chair.
Gave you the you would strap it to the base of your chair, and instead of like actually having a bass noise, it would kind of give you a thump.
I can't.
And it would actually shake the chair.
I forgot that you asked for that for like 2 years in a row for Christmas.
I wanted to shoot a shotgun and feel like get the chair shake, but
I should have known that you would have been all for the immersive gaming. I completely forgot about the butt kicker.
The other thing I looked at that I thought was awesome was, I can't remember what it was called, but they had it linked up to a bunch of Valve's games, and it was like it was like a mouse kind of thing, and you would hold it, and it had like, it was like a little ball, and you would hold it and use it as your mouse almost to aim and shoot.
It's the gyroscope thing. You can move it in 360 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Right? And it would give you like feedback, and it was just kind of a neat little thing. But I think virtual reality is going to be way better than both of those, probably even combined. So
that's fair. Nemer, what about you, man?
I'm gonna poo all over it, just like the Virtual Boy failed. Mm-hmm. People still hate the idea of going to see a 3D movie.
Yeah,
and this is going to be. I know I like 3D movies, so don't look at me like that. I'm just saying this is going to be. I think this is going to be a toy. It's just an overpriced toy, and we'll see. But I haven't seen anything that's really. I've even tried the whatchamacallit, the Oculus Rift in at PAX, and I just
yeah.
I mean, I think they've got about 10 more years before there's some solid gaming to it that would actually really make it awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, yeah.
So that's fair. I'm kind of in the middle. Like, part of me believes that gaming will, to some extent, get to that point, but the other part of me is like, dude, we're still like working on resolution of just regular TVs. I mean, obviously now we're at 4K, but like that alone helps make games feel almost more immersive, because like the detail that's in the screen, and the computing power. So I don't know. I can barely get myself to wear like surround sound headphones for an hour when I'm gaming. I just don't think I could wear this headset for an hour, 2 hour gaming session.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know if.
And then every gaming. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
So that's kind of the thing. It's like, I love the idea of it, but one, so it's got to be lightweight for me, right? So it's not too much pain. But the other thing is how would you play Smash Brothers like this? Like, do you have to go out and buy 5 wrists so we all plug in and, all right, guys, let's go?
And then on top of that, how are you going to like look to your friend and talk smack? Instead, you're just looking over in your Oculus Rift, and you're not seeing them.
Yeah, so unless I'll bring some new meta to you. Unless Smash Brothers, when you put the VR on, it makes you a digital room where you're all sitting down in chairs, and then you just play on a flat screen in the room. So that way, when you look over, you do see your friend's digital avatar.
Super Smash Bros. Inception Edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. A drop in that. So, I like I said, those are things I think people are kind of forgetting about. Like, I think it'll be cool for like almost like demos or experiences, but so short games, like 2 hour long games total, right? So you play them and you're done.
Well, I think it could be cool for there's some game that's coming out. This is the first person shooter one they're using. I think like one of the like really only games are.
Oh, are you talking about the PlayStation one?
Maybe. I think it's for Oculus Rift. It's.
Oh no.
I can't think of the name of it, but it looks pretty neat. It's like the demo they showed is they're like it's like a first person shooter, but you're in a subway and they're just like taking people down. It kind of looks like like an arcade game you'd see like at Dave and Buster's or something. But it looks neat because I can see myself getting into it if it's, it is one of those first-person shooters. You put the Oculus Rift on, you're looking down at your hands, you look over and you're online, you're connected with your buddy who's there too, and you guys are running around and taking care of business. That sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah, I think one of the other things that I think it's PlayStation is making one, and it's like a competitive 3-on-3 mech game, and it's supposed to be like the sport in 2050 or something like that, and it's literally just like shooting each other in mechs, which I think could be really cool. But I'm trying to think of what else.
That you can go out to a place, like an actual place, and play them.
Right, exactly.
I'm just
I'm just trying to figure
Yep.
out.
I'm gonna poo-poo all over it until I
see.
see something more than like I saw some South Park graphic game,
Yeah, no.
and I saw like some like 3 or 4-bit graphic game on it.
You know what
It
though?
looked like the old 70s version of Star Wars the arcade game.
Oh gosh.
And I'm just like, that was cool then, but
yeah.
I gotta wear that on my head for this.
So I'll tell you, I think a genre that could actually, that it might bring back for a lot of people. Definitely not for me, not my personal taste, but I think thriller horror games could like totally profit off of this VR headset.
Condemned criminal origins.
Yeah, or even like, you remember the first Fear or BioShock?
Oh, Fear was scary.
Left 4 Dead?
I'm telling you, 10 years, man. 10 years.
Yeah, I agree.
That's-
I think
that's
until
my
it's
window.
Really, until it's really mainstream, I think at least it's definitely going to take some more time. But
Yeah.
I still enjoy. I mentioned Dave and Buster's, but I was there not too long ago, and they've got like the one where you put on the headgear, and it's kind of like you're people are like storming a beach or whatever, and you're kind of like controlling a turret or something.
Oh, nice.
And you can like turn like 360 degrees on it and shoot. It's kind of
pretty
fun.
sweet, yeah.
And there's another one, and it wasn't on your head, granted, but like you hopped into a little dome almost, and it was like a fighter pilot simulator. You could like
sweet.
look over your shoulder and spot the upcoming like Megs, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
So.
That's not. But again, I think it'll take a lot. Is it raining over there, Nemer? Goodness.
Yeah, so we'll have to cut this short because I'll lose my ability to hear or talk.
Oh, no worries. Well, I think we're wrapping up, anyways. I mean, we've got what we needed. We talked about VR gaming. We talked about. So, guys, let us know what you think about VR gaming. Are you for it? Are you with Mike Dean? Or are you with Nemer and his poo noise?
Hey, I'll play the Oculus Rift on the toilet.
Oh,
That would be pretty sweet.
there you go.
You know what I'm waiting for
NASCAR.
in all this VR stuff is what's really going to be awesome is the VR porn. I'm sorry, but that's what all this is for. That's what all this is for.
Dude, yeah.
Like the games are going to be total crap, but that's what everybody's filming this stuff for. That's what they're getting ready for.
That's the future.
And that'll actually raise enough money and interest to where they make better and better, and then the gaming will really get better.
I like it. I like your thinking there, man. Well, guys, if you think you're up for it, take the being positive challenge. Let us know how it works for you, and let us know your thoughts on VR too. Thanks for joining us this week on So Much Hype, and we will see you guys next week. Later.
See ya.
So,
Yeah, and also you could hide behind the whole anonymity. Oh my God, I can't say the word. What? Anonymity. Is that how it is? I don't know how to. I give up.
the anonymous nature of the internet. How about that?
That should be the out. Like,
No, that's just. I'm just leaving it in.
Trying to like say that word.
Maybe that too. I
I don't even. I give up.
like
I give
it.
up.